What is happening, Nerd Fam? Nerdy Jace here, and I'm back today, finally, with a new Magic the Gathering Arena video, and today's video is all about opening some packs. The Spider-Man set has just been released, and here on Arena, it's called Through the Omenpaths, which you can see right here on the side. You know, for whatever reason, some kind of licensing thing between Paper Magic and Arena, they had to change it for Arena, but the cards are essentially the same, just slight some different artwork and names and yada yada yada. But you know, me being the huge Spider-Man fan, you know, I got my Spider-Man shirt on, of course got my tat also. Like, yeah, we're gonna jump in here, open some packs, make some decks, you know, later on, not in this video, because yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. And you know the drill, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, get you some snacks or a drink if you want. I got me a little radioactive blood looking brew here from Line Creek Brewery, you know, local here in Peachtree City. It's a Happy Cowboy green apple sour. So yeah, pretty good tasting. Anywho, let's go ahead and open some packs. So in preparation for this, I saved up, did the pre-order, bundles, yada yada. But, as you can see, we got 113 Omenpaths regular packs to open, and then I got 13 golden packs, so we should, with that, get cards from the last several sets, including the new one, so, you know, the extra chance to get some mythics and rares that we're needing. I do have 1 mythic and 2 rare wild cards in the bank, because again, I got a couple decks in mind that, you know, focuses big time on the Spider-Man stuff. So, you know, as many of those that I can go ahead and pull without using the wild cards, all the better. Anywho, let's go ahead and start opening some of these. Open these packs. Got Phantasmal Vision. All right, so new tap land, Hide and Mundanity. This is so in the Spider-Man set, I'll try to go over some of the ones that I know off the hand. I did make like a cheat sheet of some of the cards, the different versions or whatever. Ones that I particularly liked also that had big Spider-Man moments. So this is basically the Spider-Man No More cover for the Paper Magic. Let's see, Scorvus. Is that Scorpion? Yeah, Scorvus is Scorpion. So 3/3 Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature dies this turn, target creature you control connives, and connive, you draw a card and discard a card. If you discard non-land, you put a counter on a +1/+1 counter on that creature. These are just lizard people. Crash, Reckless End Rider. I think this is either Hobgoblin or another Green Goblin. No, I'm sorry. Crash is Shriek from the Maximum Carnage event. And first rare is MtG and Itla Sky Snarers. See, MtG is Spider-Woman, so that's Jessica Drew. And actually, sorry, going back to stuff, I do already have some Spider-Man stuff before I start opening these packs, because again, I got was it Scions of something other, Spider Weaver, I don't know, but that's the Cosmic Spider-Man, so that's the multicolor, or you know, five color control kind of thing. So I had that. I had the counter spell that has in web from getting some packs, and then also crap, what's the dude's name? Shoot, I'm blanking on his name now. He's the guy that gives Riot. I cannot think of his freaking name. Anyway, So I already had those. It's actually kind of bugging me now that I remember. Alright, we've got another rare wild card. Crime scene instructor. Supportive parents. So yeah, that's Parker's parents. Carriage of Dreams. No, that's not the spider buggy. What is this one? Is this the Goblin Glider? I don't remember. And I was writing all this stuff down as they were working on my house. I got a new roof and gutters put in, so that's why this video is a little bit late. All right, Cam and Ferric Havoc duo. Cam. Spider-Man. Cam is Hobgoblin. The Flying Haste, whenever you discard a card, Cam gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So that goes with the Mayhem mechanic. And we got King of the Cold-Blooded Curse, aka Dr. Connors. Kurt Connors, the Lizard. Lizard villain. He enters up to one target creature, loses all abilities, and becomes a lizard creature with base power toughness 4/4. So yeah, you can mess up with one of your opponent's creatures if you want to, or potentially pump up yours. Alright. Tricks Interception. Pinnacle Research Team. We've got 2 wildcards there. Diligent Web Keepers and Strength of Will. Till end of turn, and some of these names actually stay the same. So I want to say this is the one, it's another iconic Spider-Man picture where he's lifting all this like machinery and things like that. It's Dr. Octopus had some, new little thing to kill Spider-Man, whatever. I want to say that's the same card. Yeah, until in turn, target creature you control gains indestructible, and whenever this creature's dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. That's pretty dang nice, especially at instant speed. Alright, Wonderweave Aerialist. Leyline Weaver. Wekdu Midnight Hunter. Is that a... Oh, that's Insect Villain, so that's probably Swarm. Yeah, I didn't write this one down. Cruel Caracals. That's probably... I don't think that's Black Cat related. I want to say it's like Craven related. Could be wrong. Secret Identity is the same thing. Same name. Neil, Vessel of Valgavoth. Neil is that oh, Neil's Tombstone. So another pretty cool mob mafia villain for Spider-Man. He's actually going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. Was that Brand New Day? So that's cool. He reduces the cost of villains. And we got Giant Craft Helm. Whenever creature you control with mana value 5 or greater enters, you may attach this equipment to it, and creature gets +4/+4, and then a base equip cost of 5. Not sure if I wrote this one down here. I don't think I did. That might have been like the spider armor suit, or was it the Spider Slayer? I can't remember. But yeah, this set's been getting a lot of flack on the old online and Reddit and stuff like that. Scorpion Sting, grow extra arms. So yeah, that's when Spider-Man has that's the ones that actually looks like freaking the bugs from Starship Troopers. Treat Volley. All right, classic mana artifact. robotics mastery. So that's I think that's Doc Ock related. That or Smythe. I think it's Doc Ock though. Mothwing Shroud. This enchantment enters, exile a target non-land permanent till blah blah blah. Era 9 viral node. Is this a living brain? This might be the living brain. I don't know. Alright, we got Vigo, Enforcer of Iggs Crossing, and he flips to Vigo, end of Iggs Crossing. Vigo, is that the main Venom? Yeah, that's Eddie Brock Venom. So the front side is Eddie Brock, and then that's when he, you know, shouts, "We are Venom." So cool. It's the first mythic. When he enters, return target creature card with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. 6 mana, transform him, and he gets Menace, Trample, and Haste. When Vigo attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards. Then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrifice creature's mana value. That's pretty powerful. It's a cuckoo. But yeah, a lot of it's just collectors bitching about, oh, we might not get our money back, blah blah. Well, you know, I feel no sympathy for you because a lot of you are a bunch of scalping dickheads. Some aren't, but a lot of you are. But also, the set was rushed. So I want to say they were developing this. It's supposed to be a smaller set, and then Wizards internally was talking about stuff. They pushed the new Lorwyn set back, and then need something to fill in. Which, no offense, guys, you didn't necessarily have to fill in because we're getting shit released really, really close together. But then they just scrambled and was like, okay, let's just make this a bigger set, and threw some stuff in there. So it should have been better than what it is. It's got cool shit in it. Some cool mechanics or whatever. Again, I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I'm biased, but you know, it kind of sucks that there's a lot of negativity coming out of this. Full Throttle Fanatic, Scout the City, Instantly 1,000 Moons. That's a lesser Spider-Man PLC, and that's another thing. They're trying to make Spider-Man basically like fucking Batman. You got the Spider Family and Bat Family. You get all these random people that nobody gives a shit about, or in my opinion, they don't. Arala Hedron Scalar. That might be another one. Yeah, I didn't write this one down, so that's another little random spider person that I don't care about. Zakao, Predation Shadow. That's pretty sure that's another Craven card. And Reality Fulcrum. This artifact enters, exile the top 2 cards of your library until end of turn. End of your next turn, you may play those cards and then add 2 mana in any combination of color. Spend it only to cast the exile cards, or any cards in exile. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I wrote this one down either. Oh, I know what this is. That's the Spider-Verse, the Multiverse wrist bracelet. That's what that is. But yeah, Spider-Verse event was really, really good. Unstable Experiment, Knife Trick, Height of Mundanity. Another, that's what, common wild card. We got Argear Tidal Spinner. I'll write this shit down. Nah. Scuttling Spider Coach. All right, so this is the Spider Buggy. So way back, you know, when Spider-Man first started, there was a lot of crossovers with him and the Fantastic Four. Him and Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, became really good friends. You know, Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four several times, you know, on behalf of Johnny. But as a gift to him, Johnny and the Fantastic Four sponsored the Spider Buggy. So, you know, yeah, Spider-Man web swings or whatever, but then he also has this Doom Buggy that can drive up the walls and create little web parachutes and stuff like that too. So that's what that is. And Phenomena Recorder, aka Peter Parker's camera. So it enters with 3 film counters. Pay 2 and remove a film counter. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control, and you can choose new targets for the copy. Alright. Shock. Ooh, another card. Wild card, good. We need the new rare land, the rare shock land. Clandestine work. Lively leap. Firebrain scheme. I don't remember what that is. Terrific team up. And a mythic wildcard. Okay. So yeah, what was your pre-release like if you went to it? Let me know in the comments, you know, how that was. If you pulled anything here on Arena, you know, what's some cool stuff that you pulled? You know, write down in the comments. All right, so Eerie Gravestone, that's the same, except it's the Kraven's Last Hunt art. Vine Woven Chariot. All right, Turley and Tropic Hunger. I believe that's Morpheus, or not Morpheus, Morbius. Where are we at? Where are we at? So I noticed after I was doing on this about more than halfway through, I'm like, I should have grouped this up better. Yeah, Turley is Morbius. So flying, vigilance, lifelink. Pay a swamp and an island. Exile this card from your graveyard. Look at top 3 cards from your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. And we got Conius, I guess that's how you say that. Horizon Splicer. Conius is... Oh, that's the spot. But it's got some of that Edge of Eternity's art going on there, so that's actually pretty cool looking. Spot's an interesting Spider-Man villain. Alright, when he enters, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent and 1 target non-land permanent card from a graveyard. When he dies, put him on the bottom of your library. If you do, you return the exile to your hand. Rock and roll happened to be... Okay. Zan, Tunnel Web Explorer. So that's a good card with the in-web ability. So within web, you can cast this card for the web cost as long as you return a tapped creature that you control. So you can bounce him, use his ability to search your library for a basic land card, put it in play, tap, shuffle, and then, you know, kind of abuse that to get, you know, your mana ramp going, and then, you know, other things. Did I write that down? I don't think I did. Yeah, that's not important. But yeah, that's definitely in one of the decks I'm wanting to make. That focuses on web. It's Bant in web. So Bant is blue, white, green. Galvanized Workforce, Wardens of the Silver Web Summit. That is that's Spider-Gwen. Just regular Spider-Gwen. 2/3 reach. When it becomes tapped, you may discard a card to draw a card. Alx. Mouth to many eyes. I forgot what that one is. Oh, that's Madam Web. Madam Web. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spider spells and non-creature spells from the top of your library. Whenever you attack, you may mill a card. It's a little pricey, but can be exploitable. Spectacular Tactics. Declutter Cluster in Web for 4. When this creature enters, when the cluster enters, if they were cast using in Web, you gain 3 life and create 2/1 spider tokens with reach. So yeah, definitely pricey in Web. And we got Remarkable Readings. Enchantland. When this enters, create 3 1/1 green-white human citizen tokens. Enchantland has pay 1, tap. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each creature you control. Activate as a sorcery. And I don't remember what this one is. Okay. Come on, I need some big things. All right. Chizak, Apex, Arachnosaur. This is Spider Rex. And if you've seen any pictures of this, if you haven't seen any pictures of it, look it up online. It's just cool. It's a giant T-Rex Spider-Man from, you know, a different multiverse or whatever. Marvel did a whole like dinosaur BC line of comic stuff there for a bit. It was interesting, but that's just a cool visual. So yes, a 6/6 reach, trample, ward 2, so that's good. Kivney, Orb Weaver, Spider Human Hero. Menace. When Kivney enters, you may discard a card. If you do, put a counter on. And Kivney is, all right, so that's Kane the Scarlet Spider. Alessos and Pros, Acrobats. With an in-web of 3 total. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gains flying until end of turn. Alessos, so that's Spider-Man India. And Kraza. Yeah, that's the other card that I got for, I think it was getting the Mastery Pass. And damn it, who is it? Is that, no, that's Spider-Punk. I want to say that was Ben Reilly, but no, that's Spider-Punk. So yeah, 2/1 with Riot. So Riot is when a creature with Riot enters, you can either give it haste or a +1/+1 counter. And then he gives other spiders Riot, and then spells and abilities can't be countered, damage can't be prevented. So some shenanigans with that. Gallant Citizen, another Madam Web. Serena, Bargain Spinner. Did I write Serena down? I don't think so. So that must mean she's another Spider Family person I don't care about. Or wasn't really worth the trouble. Anywho, during turn, she has flying. When she enters, search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And Drunith, Reviver of the Hive. Drunith. That's the Jackal. So Jackal is another big Spider-Man villain. Makes all those clones and stuff, making, you know, Peter Parker's life a hell, okay? A living hell. So it starts off as a 1/1 Trampler. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Drunith's power, copy that spell except the copy isn't legendary, so again it gets around the legendary rule. And then you put a +1/+1 counter, so he's going to get bigger and bigger, and then you can get, you know, bigger copies and so on and so forth. Another shock. Prison break. Darval, or Darval, whose web protects. And web for 1, 3/3. Was he worth the right? Okay, so yeah, that's just regular Spider-Man. Got several variations of Spider-Man, so that might be... Yeah, that's just a regular Spider-Man card. Alright, Skivix. The Augmenter. This is Gwenom. So, Spider-Gwen with Venom Symbiote. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. And then you can exile this from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains this card's other abilities, activate only as a sorcery, so it recurs itself. Yep. No, I'm sorry. This is that's not Gwenom. That's Symbiote Spider-Man. That's right when he gets the symbiote. Egrix is Gwenom. Skivix, Egrix, whatever. And we haven't gotten any bonus sheet stuff yet. So no, damn, I'm getting the mythic wild cards. Give me the fucking mythic cards, man. Alright, Oris, the last of the Web Lords. 3/5 reach at the beginning of combat on your turn. Target spider you control gets +2/+2. That's pretty nice. Don't recall which Spider-Man card this actually is. Okay. I remember where I how I had things listed on here. Not important. All right. And there we go. Multiversal Passage. So this is essentially saying the art might be slightly changed in the little portals or whatever. I can't remember, but this is our first basic shock land. So as this land enters, you choose a basic land type. Then you may pay two life. If you don't, it enters tap. The land is the chosen type. So yeah, we'll definitely be getting a set of this somehow, some way. Yeah, there's supposed to be some bonus sheet stuff in here also. It's got some cool stuff. Like one of them that jumped out. So various counter spells and terminate, things like that. Actually, terminate's in here, but also like Skithrix, the freaking blight zombie dragon or skeleton dragon, whatever it is, things like that. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, back when I first, when I came back at that time to Magic. Ozor, Chronicler of Collapse. This is a lesser Dr. Octopus. Kazuo, Ruthless Rival. During your turn, Kazuo has first strike. When he enters, deal 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. And that is the Shocker. And Kumonosu, I guess that's how you say that. The Watchful. Is this, I think this is Penny Parker. Yeah, that's Penny Parker with the, she has the little spider suit, or spider robot suit. Alright, so 4/4 vigilance. When she enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. And we got another MtG and Itala. Alright. Steel Web, Surveyor, Perilous Launch, Snatchback. Another Spidey UK. Okay, new one. New and Sumi, Career Criminals. Goblin Human Villain. I think this is the Harry Osborn Green Goblin. I think. About to double check. Flying Death Touch. Whenever new Sumi attacks, discard a card, then draw a card. For each card you discard this turn. So again, some mayhem shenanigans you can do. Yeah, that's Harry Osborn. And we got a Trail of Teacups. Trail of Teacups is Kraven's Last Hunt on the saga. So, the first, I guess you'd call it chapters or whatever. First chapter, mill 5 cards. When you do this, saga deals damage equal to the greatest power among creature cards in your graveyard to target creature. Chapter 2, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And Chapter 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Temple Trap. Fearsome Ridgeline. Alright. Tap to add a colorless. Pay 1 to add a mana of any color. Pay 1. Tap. Target legendary creature gains menace until end of turn. Activate as a sorcery. Clay Pigeon. So that's the same, but instead of holding a croissant, it is eating a hot dog. Alright, so there's another Harry Osborn. And we got Tarantusk, Unwisely Awoken. Tarantusk, that's Spider Ham. He's Spectacular Spider Ham. Alright, so when he enters, you create a food token, and then other spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, human sacrifice, frogs, jackals, mice, lizards, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves get +1/+1. That's a lot of stuff. So basically, if you have any kind of tribal stuff, you can throw Tarantusk in there, pump them up some more. And then, of course, you get a food token. So, you know, you sacrifice K2 and sacrifice it to gain 3 life. Chaldea Brawlers. Another Scorpion. A Most Helpful Weaver. This is the history of Spider-Man, or the origin of Spider-Man. That's what it is. Origin of Spider-Man. So, Chapter 1, you make a 2/1 green spider token. Chapter 2, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It becomes a legendary spider hero. And then Chapter 3... Chapter 3 is target creature you control gets double strike until end of turn. Alright, 95 packs to go. Goro Rel, Scourge to the Spiders. So that, is that Moreland, or is that, Spider Slayer? I think it's Spider Slayer. Goro Rel, did I actually write that down? I did not. No, I didn't. So again, I can't remember if that's actually Inheritors. So that's Moreland's family, or Spider Slayer. I think it's Spider Slayer though. And a rare wild card. So we're up to 3 mythic, 5 rare. But a lot of packs to go. I got a mythic something or other. Still no bonus sheet, which is kind of strange. Another Camempheric. Alright, we got our first Verilax. Verilax the Haven Skin. So this is anti-venom. Or anti-venom, however you prefer to say it. So costs 5 to cast, so that's more than a Phyrexian Obliterator, but 5/5, very powerful ability. When Verilax enters, if he was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then if damage would be dealt to Varilax, you prevent the damage and you put that many +1/+1 counters on him. So again, he's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, the only sucky thing is the five planes to cast him. Makes it hard for you know, multicolored decks, but you can, you know, dump him in the graveyard, reanimate. Well, no, because you can still reanimate him, but you want to get the other ability, his first ability. Tethix, Gift of Malice. This is lesser Venom. 4/5 Death Touch. Damning Caress. This is just a Morbius art card. Spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a villain, so magnet for 3. Destroy target creature, you gain 2 life. Miasmic Mist. Some pretty cool art. All creatures get -2, -2 until end of turn. And this spell's Mayhem cost was paid. Creatures your opponent control get oh, just creatures your opponent's control gets -2, -2. So the Mayhem ability is you can cast this card from your graveyard for whatever the Mayhem cost is if you discarded it this turn. And you still have to have the same timing rule. So this is a sorcery. You can only play it at a time that you can play a sorcery. Yada, yada, yada. All right, Rylex the Accursed. Flash minutes, 2/3. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So this is Agent Venom. So this is when Flash Thompson, who was a war hero at that time, gets the so Shield. I think it's Shield or the federal government, one or two. They get control of the Venom symbiote, and then they want to try and, you know, rehabilitate it and make it a force for good. So they put it on Flash Thompson, and he becomes Agent Venom, which is pretty cool. And now he's actually Agent Anti-Venom. Yeah, Flash Thompson, you know, who bullied Peter and all that stuff, and then was, you know, Spider-Man's biggest fan, you know, realizes that Peter is Spider-Man, and they, you know, they made amends, and then, you know, they've teamed up here and there, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Margot, or Margot, I think it's Margot. On the case, double strike, can't be blocked, 1/1. Did I write her down? Is this Lady Octopus? I don't think so. Human detective hero. No, so that's definitely not Lady Octopus. Okay, I don't remember who she is. But we got, all right, Eleni Brood Recruiter, and this is Silk. So 3/5, she has a web for 3 costs. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you create a 1/1 green-white human citizen token, and then she has a pumpable ability for 5 mana. Creatures you control get +2/+2 in vigilance until end of turn, so you can cast that multiple times as long as you have the mana. Powerful card, especially with that in web. Yeah, I'm excited to make some new shit with these cards. I've already so I was again messing around yesterday. Ooh, Lost in Litjara. I don't know what this one is, or I don't recall. See, I tried to write down, like I said, the mythics and rares, and then just stuff that I thought was cool. But I guess I skipped this one. Yeah. Oh well, don't remember what this saga does. Which is surveil, and then when you next cast a creature spell, you copy it. And then the copy isn't legendary, so that's cool. Choose a card name. Whenever a creature with a chosen card name deals damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Yeah, I already started working around the 5-color Brawl deck getting ready for this, you know, spider themed, obviously. And then, yeah, when I was messing around yesterday, because again, my roof and chimney were getting worked on yesterday. I was just playing some brawl, some random stuff, mostly some brawl, so I get my my dailies and stuff done, get my coins up so I can get some more packs. And I already came up against some of the new cards, so that was cool. All right, so that's our third MtG and Itla. Again, that's Jessica Drew Spider Woman. All right, nothing new there, but a rare wild card. And another rare wild card. All right, Yera and Oski, Weaver and Guide. So this is another powerful card. Definitely need a set of her. Yera is this is Arachne. And let's see what. I think Arachne was what I can't remember her origin now. But anywho, cool card though. So 3/3 in web, cost of 1, so that's good. As Yera enters, look at an opponent's hand, choose a card type other than creature. Spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast. So that includes you also, but that's a very powerful card ability. So yeah, you put a tax basically on, you know, again, anything that's not a creature card. So sorcery, planeswalker, instant, whatever. So, you know, that's kind of prolonging your opponent from, or it's preventing them to doing their strategy, you know, quicker than what they want. So very, very, very cool card. Okay, we got Zora, Spider Fancier. This is Mary Jane, I believe. No, that's not Mary Jane. Mary Jane is Tamara. So who's Zora? Oh, this is Aunt May. Aunt May. So Aunt May is an 0/2. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. If it's a spider, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So, you know, nice little ability. And we got a rare wild card. Woo! Basil, Cabaretti Loudmouth. I think that's J. Jonah Jameson. No, J. Jonah Jameson's Laszlo. Who is Basil or Basil? That's Flash. That's Flash Thompson. All right, so Flash has Flash. When Flash enters, choose 1 or both. So you can tap target creature, or tap target creature and untap. So again, surprised that's only an uncommon really with that ability, but you know, Scions of the Earth Spider. So this is Cosmic Spider-Man, and this is what I'm going to make at least one brawl deck with. So as you can see, it's all 5 colors. It's a 5/5 flying, first strike, trample, first strike, trample, lifelink, haste. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, other spiders you control get that ability. Or not the ability, but yeah, all those ability types. So making it very freaking powerful. So this would be my 2nd copy of that now. So excellent. As far as just overall collection, you know, you only need 1 for a brawl. So Kefin, Rage Incubator. This is a obscure Spider-Man villain. This is Stegron the Dinosaur Man. And I don't remember the whole backstory and stuff of Stegron, but he's kind of like a cult favorite. A dinosaur villain. I might actually try and put this... Do I want to put this in my Pantlaza deck? I don't know. But 5/4 Menace. You can pay 2, discard this card until end of turn. Target creature control gets +3/+1 and becomes a dinosaur. So again, you can just pump up one of your other dinosaurs, basically. Alright, we've got another Tierlay. Which again is Morbius. What the Oh, hell no. It better not have messed up my stuff. Okay, good. Yeah, another Morbius. Murata. Neuron Hacker. This is an octopus. This is Lady Octopus. So Lady Octopus, she was in the Into the Spider-Verse animated movie. So O2, whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an Ingenuity counter on Murata. Tap her. You may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters on Murata without paying his mana cost. So that's nice. Skittering Kitten. I think this is I don't remember what that is. Just kind of a goofy little card. All right, another Tarantusk, another Silk. Not Silk, god damn it. Another Spider Ham. Blah, 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 blah. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes Spider-Man. Desecrex, Gift of the Servitude. This is Carnage. Yeah, this is Carnage. 4/3 Trampler. When Carnage enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains this creature attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, you sacrifice it. It has Mayhem for 2. Sadistic String Puller. So they got in the Mastery Pass, the little orbs that you can get that card on the card sleeves. That it looks freaking gross. I mean, it's cool, but it's gross too. All right, we're up at 10 rare. Eccentric Arachnologist. Ugh. 3 mana, 2/3. Tap to add mana any color. Tap for 3. Put a +1/+1 counter on target spider. Arach Anglers, Skyrod. I want to say this is web shooters. Yeah, these are the web shooters. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has reach, and whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature opponent controls. And Carlo, Swab Schemer. Is this Prowler? This might be Prowler. I don't even think I wrote him down. Whenever another villain you control enters, Carlo connives. Yeah, I didn't write that down. I want to say that's Prowler. And we got Origin of Spider-Man. Alright. Aggressive Symbiosis. That's cool looking art. Chain creature gets +1/+1, has Menace, is a symbiote. In addition to its other types, you may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. So getting that Mayhem ability to check. And another Scions, another Cosmic Spider-Man. Alright, another Mythic, something other. Alright, so nothing over here, so that's another, it's what, third Morbius? And just a straight up wild card, okay. Vibrant Cityscape. Oh, so this is Terramorphic, Evolving Winds, whatever. I love the art on this though. That looks really, really nice. Riche, Getaway Accomplice. Whenever Riche attacks other villains you control, gain flying until end of turn. Riche, oh, this is the Vulture. And wild card, 11, so 11 rare, 4 mythic right now. So I haven't pulled Peter Parker yet. The Scouring Storm Soul. So this is the Sandman. And that's actually just pretty cool art right there too. So 3 mana. Sandman's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. So some more landfill bullshit or landfall bullshit. Sandman can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Pay 5 mana, return this card and target land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Merciless Enforcers. So that's just, I think it's called City Goons or something like that. Or maybe Mafia something other. Costume Closet. Name's the same, but it just has Spider-Man's various suits in there and he's like going to choose one. So this artifact enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Tap to move a +1/+1 counter from this artifact onto target creature you control. Activate as a sorcery, and then whenever a modified creature you control leaves the battlefield, you put a counter back on this artifact. So replaces itself. That's not bad. Get some proliferate stuff going on. The House Grows Hungry. So this is another nice saga. Oh, I don't remember what this one's supposed to be. Shit. Oh, House Grows Hungry. Oh, so this is the death of Gwen Stacy. That's what it is. Alright, so Chapter 1, you destroy target creature. Chapter 2, each player may discard a card. Each player who doesn't loses 3 life. And then Chapter 3, exile any number of target players' graveyards. So yeah, definitely need a set of those too. Or at least 3. Alright, so... Oh, so I got no one anyway. An exclusive nightclub. So it enters tapped. When this land enters from a graveyard, you lose 2 life. You can add Grixis colors, so blue, red, or black, and it has mayhem. So yeah, you want to discard that, and then put it back into play. Yeah, you lose the 2 life, but then it activates the mayhem stuff and other things. Wisecrack. And back-to-back nightclubs. Okay. I prefer that to be the multiverse passage or whatever. Imposter Syndrome. So this is a clone saga, basically. Or not that, but that's the Spider-Man meme where it's, you know, they're all pointing at each other. Alright, so 6 mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you create a copy that isn't legendary. So steep cost, but pretty powerful ability. Alright, almost through the 70s. Restless Razor Skin. I don't remember what that one is, but I think that's just a lesser villain or something other. Yeah. Cactarantula Saddle. I don't remember what that one is. Again, because some of them I had up here, and others I've... It's whatever. Alright, equipped creature gets +2/+2 and is a spider hero in addition to its other types, so you can get the tribal stuff going. And Detect Intrusion. So yeah, this is the in-web counterspell. So you can either pay it for the 2 mana that it normally is, or one blue mana if you bring back a tapped creature. And it's counter target instant sorcery spell or a triggered ability. So that's a good thing too. Lavaborn Goblins. Opulent Valet. And Confessor's Bindings. At the beginning of your end step, you may tap 2 untapped creatures and or treasury control. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, sacrifice this enchantment. Oh, this is Rent is Due. in Spider-Man. Phantasmal Vision, that's a Mysterio card. Alright, I need a passage. Alright, so we got Ruzik, booed but victorious. I think this is Ultimate Green Goblin. Yeah, this is the Ultimate Universe Green Goblin. So 5/4, at the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card, and then you create a treasure token, and it has Mayhem for 3. Rare, mythic wild card. Favorite fighter. Physic. All right, good. This is a good card too. Physic, Ethereal Mechanic. This is the Iron Spider-Man. So 2/3 Vigilance. Tap to put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact, creature, and or vehicle you control. And then you can pay 2 mana to remove 2 +1/+1 counters from artifacts you control to draw a card. Next up, another lizard. Sudden Strike. Death Flame Burst. Deals 4 damage to target creature and has Mayhem. Trail of Teacups. Craven's Last Hunt. Romantic Rendezvous. Discard a card, then draw 2. And another Lady Octopus. Watcher on the Road. This is Mysterio. So 4 mana, get a 3/3. When Mysterio enters, create a 3/3 blue illusion villain creature token for each non-token villain you control. Exile those tokens whenever Mysterio leaves the battlefield. So, cool card. Selesnya, Archivist. It's a human citizen. I don't think I put that down. Outsmart the Amateur. Choose one, draw 3 cards, or target counter target spell, draw a card. Origin of Spider-Man, so that's 3 of that. Vex Bots. Was this the Spider Bots? I think this was Spider Bots. And of course, I didn't write this one down either. But that's fine. All right. Reality Fulcrum. So 2 of them. Come on, oh, there we go. I got a bonus sheet thing finally. Bane Mark Leonine. So that's a Venom Cat. Oh no, yeah, there we go. Relentless Assault. It's hoping for different art, but that's fine. So yeah, untap all creatures that attack this turn after this main phase. There's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So yeah, get two attacks per turn. All right, Gloria, the Great Armorer. This is Aranya, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I want to say Aranya eventually becomes Arachne. I could be wrong. This was like late 90s, 2000-ish little mini series that turned into, made a new Spider character, and then she kind of plays some bit roles here and there with other series. Yeah, she's a 3/3. Whenever you attack, you put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. Then whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you exile the top card of your library, and then you can play it. Excuse me. It's a cool ability for her. Dreadfang, loathed by the fans. Oh, who is that? Crap, I don't remember who that one is either. But Vigilance, Dreadfang's power is equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. Give it Trample, and then, hey, back-to-back Glorias. Alright, we're getting through the packs. Shock Remorseless Coup. A target creature on the bottom of its owner's library, you lose 2 life unless you control a villain. Not bad. Wrench, Speedway Saboteur. This, I think this is Black Cat. Yeah, this is Black Cat. So 2/3. When Wrench enters, look at the top 9 cards of opponent's target opponent's library. Exile 2 of them face down. Then put the rest on the bottom of the library. You may play the exiled cards for as long as they remain exiled, and then any mana can be used. So pretty cool ability for her too. Actually, she definitely needs to go into my Olivia Brawl deck, since she's a rogue that fits with the theme. The Infernus. Is this Maximum Carnage? No. Lava Brink. What? I didn't write this one down. Elemental Villain. So when Infernus enters, search your library for a basic mountain, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Infernus gets +1/+1 for each mountain you control, and then when Infernus leaves the battlefield, you sacrifice a land. And we got Spectral Restitching. I definitely didn't write this one down. I don't recall what this one is. Exile X target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exile cards to return exile cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So that can save a board wipe and other things like that. So pretty good. Remarkable readings. Alright. Strength of Will. I really wish we got the actual Spider-Man cards here, man. I hate that we didn't. Vazin, True-Faced Trickster. You may have Vazin enter as a copy of a creature you control, except his name is Vazin, Two-Faced Trickster. So 2/3 with Mayhem. Didn't write this one down. Perhaps I haven't gotten J. Jonah Jameson yet. Data Scrubber. Actually, this might be the Living Brain. Vazin. No, I didn't. Oh, Vazin's Chameleon. Herpaderp, yeah. That's the Chameleon. And we got another Rylex. Janai and Hoppy. Roof Skippers. Janai. That's Spider-Girl, aka Mayday Parker. So in an alternate universe, when Peter he fighting somebody, he ends up getting his leg amputated, and him and MJ's daughter May starts developing spider powers, and then she becomes Spider Girl. And actually, her uncle is the Jackal in there, and both he and Peter kind of train her and stuff to be a superhero, things like that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, during your turn, Spider Girl, or I'll just say Mayday, her nickname, Mayday has flying, and then when Mayday leaves, you get a 1/1 human citizen. And we got our 4th Origin Spider-Man. Alright. What we got, meow? A Rasta, nice. I needed this also for my Spider Brawl deck. All right, so I mean, again, this is just the normal card. Awesome artwork on her too. 3/5 reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant sorcery spell, you get a 1/2 green spider token and a wild card. Man, all right, cool. I get the wild cards, but you know, give me some of the fucking mythics actually outright too. All right, strength of will. That's at least 3, might be 4 at this point. Giant craft helm. I have not pulled Peter Parker yet. Another Sandman. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bomb, 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 bomb. Another Iron Spider. First, I wish I remember what Infernus is. There we go. So this is Peter Parker, aka Amazing Spider-Man. So front side, Peter Parker is an 0/1. When he enters, you get a 2/1 spider token, and then for 4 mana, you transform into Amazing Spider-Man. And Amazing Spider-Man is 4/4 Vigilance Reach. And then here's the big thing. Each legendary spell you cast that's 1 or more colors has in web 3. So you can do some big time shenanigans with that. And that is what I want to build this one deck based around. So good, finally got that. And I already got the alternate card style ready for Peter. So need 3 more of him. Rare wildcard. I guess give or take we're at the halfway point now. I lost track. Alright, Boris, the Spider Rider. 4/3 in web 2. Trample. If Boris was cast using web, he enters with X +1/+1 counters on him, where X is the mana value of returned creature. And is this yeah, this is Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. So, you know, I'm in the camp that I hate Ben Reilly as a character, but that is a cool ability for him. That's a cool card. Strength of will, so that's definitely our set. I need some more passages, man. Why haven't I pulled any more freaking passages? Another Lenny, that's a Silk. I need Multiverse Passage. 3rd Nightclub. Jimon, Jimon, Jimon. Villainous Wrath. That's another cool art. I don't remember what this Spider-Man card is, but target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control, and then you board wipe, destroy all creatures. And then our first ancestral carvings. So I think this is I think it's spider totem or something. When artifact enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards from among them and put them into your hand. The rest go on the bottom of your library. And then you can sacrifice the artifact to get a treasure token. And I don't know why this keeps... Every time I get a shock, it says it's my first shock. It is not my first shock. Professor's Bindings. That should be a passage. Prince Vigo. So, Eddie Brock Venom. That's number 2. Another Conius. Spot. Alright. Another Yera. So that's 2 of that. 2 Yera, 2 Arachnes. Imposter Syndrome. So I'm up to 36 common, 32 uncommon. Lewis, Pompous Pillager. Lifelink 2/1. When Lewis enters with X +1/+1 counters on him. When he enters, he deals X damage to target opponent. So nice burn spell. And this is Morlin. Morlin was a big thorn in Spider-Man's side. That's the premise of the Spider-Verse Spider-Man event, which is very, very good. Definitely recommend getting the trade, the omnibus, whatever you can find on it, because it's really good. If you're a Spider-Man fan. Well, even if not, it's got some cool shit in there. Lava Brink repels the Magmaloth. Now, I think this is Maximum Carnage. Yeah, this is Maximum Carnage in Spider-Man. Spider-Man set. So, Chapter 1, until your next turn, each creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. Chapter 2, you add 3 mountains. In Chapter 3, the saga deals 5 damage to each opponent. Sarn of the Silken Throne. I guess I haven't pulled Sarn yet. Yeah. So this is Spider-Man UK. I do like the art on this one, though. 3/4 and web for 3 at the beginning of your end step. If 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card and gain 2 life. And there's Egrix, the Bile Bulwark. So yeah, Egrix. Egrix is Gwenom. So again, Spider-Gwen with the Venom symbiote in her universe. 4/4 Death Touch Lifelink. Whenever Gwenom attacks until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, you pay life instead of the mana cost. Gobin, Gene Splice Savant. So this is Norman Osborn, Green Goblin. And actually, Fleam over here, we're getting a mascot. We're getting a free mascot for Fleam because he's kind of took off in like popularity and stuff. But Norman Osborn, 1/1, can't be blocked. Whenever Gobin deals combat damage to a player, he connives. And then you can transform as a sorcery and becomes Green Goblin, 3/3, Flying Menace. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast, and then each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is its mana cost. So Cuckoo, so 34 packs, regular packs. Baleon, the Parched, aka Hydro Man, 2/2. Whenever you cast a blue spell. If Hydro Man is a creature, he gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and then at the beginning of your end step, you untap Hydro Man, and until your next turn, he becomes an island, basically. It's a nice theme right there. It'd be nice if it was counters instead of that, but that's fine. Alright, we got another Spider Punk and Goblin Bombardment as the bonus sheet. Sacrifice a creature. This enchantment deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, actually I came across this earlier. Generous Betty Ray. This is Silver Sable. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue. Silver Sable, 2/3. When Sable enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Whenever Sable attacks, target modified creature you control gains lifelink until end of turn. And another Ruzik, aka Ultimate Green Goblin. Uharis, the Storm Spinner. This is Spider-Man 2099. 2/3. You can't cast Spidey 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game. Spidey has Double Strike and Vigilance. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you played a land or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, Spidey deals damage equal to its power to any target. Very, very cool. Again, that's not my first shock. Alright. A third Arachne, so that's good. Need one more. Well, potentially one more. I need more Peter Parkers, damn it. Kryn, Undercity Dreamer. This is Miles Morales. So Miles is 1/2. When he enters, you put +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And then shit, for 6 mana, big transform cost. Becomes Ultimate Spider-Man. It's 4/3, first strike, haste. Pay 2 mana. You put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spidey. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. So that's his camouflage ability. And then whenever you attack, you double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. So very powerful ability right there. Hence him being a mythic. Multiverse Passage. Come on, but I do like the Moreland though. How have I only pulled 1 passage out of all this? Another Detect Intrusion. I think that's is that Spider Sense? Yeah, that's Spider Sense. Naya. This is Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider. So 2/1, when Gwen enters, exile top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature. Transform her for 5, becoming Ghost Spider. 4/4, Flying Vigilance Haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, you put a counter on Naya, and then you can remove 2 counters to exile top card of your library, and then you can play it. Chosen by Valgaboth. I thought I already pulled one of them. I guess I was mistaken. Yeah. Anywho, enchant target enchant creature you control. The creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and then all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the creature instead. Give me the passage. I want the fucking lands, man. Stitcher's Wings. Actually, this might be the Goblin Glider. When it enters, if it's cast from your graveyard, you attach it to a creature you control. The creature gets +2/+0 and has flying and haste. Yeah, that's the Goblin Glider. Yeah, it also has Mayhem. Peter Parker's camera. Come on, Spider-Man. Nope, Mythic Wildcard. So we've got 8 Mythics, 20 Rares. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Again, leave some comments, you know, about what your pools were. Things that you were looking forward to in this set. Mockable readings. Again, why can't this... It's a fucking duplicate anyway. Why is it not a multiverse passage? Again, out of 100 and... What was that? 113 packs, you think I'd have like one of each at least, whatever. Through the Omenpath. This might be... I think it's called Through the Multiverse. In the Spider-Man, but 8 mana has Convoke, but so your creature, you tapping your creatures can reduce the cost. At the beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest go in the bottom of your library. So that's beginning of all your combats. That's crazy. Especially the creature ends up having haste. Craven's Last Hunt. Stitcher's Wings. 15 packs left. I better have at least one more fucking multiverse passage. Bro. Rylex's Curse. Again, that's one of the cards I was wanting in this set. 3 Sandman. And I've gotten 1. Lady Octopus. But we still got the golden packs also. Hydro Man. That's actually some pretty cool art also. I'll give him that. I like the little mesh here. It looks like it's like a fisherman's net. Lost in Lithjara. Again, I don't remember what that... It's called in Spider-Man. Alright, there's our set of Arachne, so that's good. That's one piece of the puzzle in the in-web deck that I want to make. Alright, so that's our 3rd Moreland. Rizna, the Spider Crowned. What is Rizna? Okay, so this is Spinneret and Spiderling in Spider-Man, in the Spider-Man set. So this is so Spinneret and Spiderling, that is Mary Jane and her and Peter's daughter Annie. And the so this was a spin-off from the 2010 Secret War 2010s Secret War crossover that was really fucking good also. Definitely check that out. So yeah, there's all these little kind of multiverses brought it into one, and then this one, again, Spider-Man and Mary Jane's married. They have their daughter, and then basically they just become a vigilante crime-fighting family. It's really cool, really good series too. Again, Me and every other fucking Spider-Man fan out there are sick and tired of the writers nowadays making Spider-Man just a miserable, morose fuck. That is not what Spider-Man is about. So stories like this and the current Ultimate Spider-Man, where he's definitely happier, he has a family that he's fighting for and everything, we love that shit. That's why it's #1 in Marvel. We need more shit like that. Anywho, Rizna. 1/2, whenever you attack with 2 or more spiders, put a +1/+1 counter on Rizna, and then whenever Rizna deals 4 or more damage, you exile a top card of your library, and then you can play that until end of turn. 6 regular packs left. Laszlo, this is J. Jonah Jameson. So J. Jonah Jameson, 2/2, when he enters, suspect up to 1 creature. So suspect is a suspected creature the creature gets menace and can't block. So you know he's a menace! And that's actually the flavor text, of course, as it should be on the actual card. And then whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, you get a treasure token, so that's very good. Alright, 5. Last 5 packs. Another Desacrix. Another Carnage. Racco, Heartless Hunter. That is, that's Craven the Hunter. 4/3 Trampler. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with greatest power among creatures that player controls dies, you draw a card and you put a counter on Craven. Maximum Carnage. Wild card, so 24 rare wild cards was good, because I'm going to have to use 3 of them to get the rest of the damn lands. The last regular pack of Spider-Man Omenpaths. And we get our set of exclusive Nightclub. Rubbing salt in the wound. The land I didn't care about. Alright. So, first golden pack. Alright, get another Spidey 2099. Parination. Another Helm. Whisker Veil Forerunner. A Mouse Bard. Whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell ability you control for the first time each turn, look at top 5 cards of your library. Reveal a creature card, mana 3 or less from among them, put them on the battlefield. If it's your turn. If you don't, put it on the battlefield, goes to your hand, and then the rest go on the bottom. Okay. Yay! Multiversal Passage. There's number 2. And then Nico, Light of Hope. A Duskmourn Mythic. 3/4. When Nico enters, create 2 shard tokens. Pay 2, tap, exile target non-legendary creature you control. Shards you control become copies of it until end of turn. Return it to the battlefield under control at the beginning of the next end step. Cool, so that's some Mysterio shit. Ooh, I wonder if you could... Yeah, can you do some shenanigans with that? It's non-legendary, though. That's the thing. But if you get the tokens that make it to where it's not legendary, you can still probably do some stuff. Alright, so that's 2 passages. Hey, there's a Kato, which I'm glad I didn't use a wild card on that now. Alright, so that's our third, right? No, this is actually a set now with Spider-Punk that I have. At least my 3rd of that. From Father to Son. Sage of Skies, another Buster Sword. That's a pretty cool Planeswalker. Has Ninjutsu 3. During your turn, as long as Kato has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he becomes a 3/4 ninja and has hexproof. Up 1, you get an emblem with ninjas you control get +1/+1. So for 0, you surveil 2 and then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn, and then -2, tap a creature and put 2 stun counters on it. Alright, wild card. Hey, I got a shark pirate dude. Captain Howler Sea Scourge. 5/4, Ward 2, pay 2 life. Shit, that's a steep cost. Whenever you discard one or more cards, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn for each card discard this way. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Alright, but we got another Craven. I got Ketramos. Another MtG. Siddharma, Mask Racer. And a Severance Priest. Dark Confidant. Cheering Crowds. That's another interesting new card. So yeah, that looks like some, I guess, some Aether Drift art or something, but it's, you know, crowd cheering, you know, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. So it's a 2/2 human creature, or human citizen. At the beginning of each player's first main phase, that player may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and if they do, they get to add a colorless mana to their mana pool for each counter on it. So you can go back and forth and, you know, get bombs out quicker. You know, it's the double-edged sword or whatever. And this is actually our first Quint's Insight. This is I think this is an Electro card. It's either Electro or Shocker. I'm pretty sure it's Electro though. Good card. It's enchantment. At the beginning of your first main phase, you discard a card. If you do, you draw a card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. So again, it's just constant burn. Got a Demonic Junker. Affinity for artifacts. And then another breeding pool. So this might be a set of breeding pools now. I'm not sure. Hey, there we go. So this is Terminus of Return. This is the Soul Stone in Spider-Man. So that's setting up to basically eventually make the Infinity Gauntlet. Because allegedly they got more Marvel-based, what is this called? Universes Beyond or something like that. There's all these little side sets or side theme sets. So allegedly, eventually we're going to be able to make the Infinity Gauntlet. So that's pretty cool. So it's indestructible legendary artifact. You tap it to add a swamp, and then for 7 mana, you exile a creature you control, and you get the Soul Stone becomes harnessed. So harness, it just unlocks this last ability. So at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So cool card. Got another Mysterio. So shoot, that's only my second Mysterio, my second Black Cat. Space-Time Anomaly, Funeral Room and Awakening Hall. And a Seer Slicer Goblin. Baitor, alright, so that's our 4th Physic. Voyager Glide Car. Angler Shield. Is this just Web Shield? I don't know if I actually wrote this one down. I don't think I did. Alright, so when this equipment enters, attach it to a creature you control. The creature gets +2/+2 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each modified creature you control. So you can definitely get some shenanigans with that. And that's what our 4th Sandman. Ooh, and another Itali. I love Itali. Alright, 7 golden packs left. Got another Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. Demera Soul of the Spider. This is Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson Parker. So yeah, she's a 2/2. Whenever a spider you control enters, you draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Another cheering crowd, another spot. So actually this might be a set at this point. It's definitely 3, if not 4. All right, second soul stone. Another Hydro Man, Celestial Armor, Mufasa, Edgar, King of Figaro, and a Rock Curse Rakshasa. Rakshasa. Sweet. All right, so I'm up to 9 mythic, 26 rare. That's good. Another Dawn Sire, chosen by Valgavoth. Space Time. Life Craft. Hey, this is my first Leyline of Hope. This is an annoying fucking card to play against. So as with all ley lines, if it's in your opening hand, you can play it. You automatically play it at the beginning of the game. If you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1, and then as long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, all creatures you control get +2/+2. Again, annoying as fuck to play against. And this is our 3rd silk? 3rd? Maybe it's 4th. I think it's 3rd though. All right, another Buster Swords. That's definitely up there. 4th Lizard, Terminal Velocity, Rust Harvester, another Ultimate Green Goblin. Another Paranation. Hey, there we go. Rizna. Mufasa. I'm just calling him Mufasa. Spot and Rylix. Which again, who's Rylix? Rylix is Agent Venom. So that's definitely our 3rd, possibly our 4th. Again, I lost track of everything in my rage for the multiverse passage. Progenitus. Oh, that's an oldie but goodie. I made a deck. Again, when I came back to Magic years and years ago, and then that's when I actually met my friend Eric, who I talk about on my Magic videos here and there. He helped me come up with a deck that focused on cheating out Progenitus, and it's great. It was very hit or miss, but it's still just fun to drop that fucker on there. So he costs 10 mana, 2 each. 10/10 protection from everything. If Progenitus would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle them back into the library. It's awesome. It's stupid, but it's awesome. That's like our 20th Trail Teacups. Kraven's Last Hunt. Ooh, another Small at Death. I love this card. And then our 3rd Spidey 2099, so that's cool. All right, last golden pack. Come on, give me at least one more multiverse passage. And I need Peter Parker. Fuck. Oh, yay, I got Corey Steele. Did they actually... How's this back in there? They banned that. Bright Glass Gear Hulk. The Gear Hulks are nice. But man, I only pulled... So what was that? I had, what, 113 regular packs, and then what, 13 of this, so 126 packs. I only got 1 Peter Parker Spider-Man, and then 2 Multiverse Passage. That's some balls, man. That's some ass. All right, so I got 9 mythics, 26 rares, 53 uncommon, 48 common. Let's go ahead and go over here. I'm surprised I didn't get... I only got, what, 2? Again, out of all those packs, I only got 2, maybe 3 of the bonus sheet. So that's odd also. Yeah, look at all that. So yeah, there's Peter. I only have fucking 1, man. let's just do collector right now. So mythics. So there's all my mythics. So I got 3 Cosmic Spider-Man, the Omenpath, 1 Miles. Who did I say Nile was again? Ghost Spider, 1 Ghost Spider, 2 Eddie Venom, only 1 Green Goblin too. So not collected. So Hexa Undeath. This is a cool card. This is Sinister 6. So you return up to 6 target creature cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty cool. Niche Pinnacle Pariah. This is the big Dr. Octopus, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's the big Dr. Octopus. So he gives other villains +2/+2. Your maximum hand size is 8. At the beginning of your end step, if you have fewer than 8 cards in your hand, you draw until you get to 8. So that's cool. Wither Cocoon Keeper, that is Mr. Negative. And another cool ability with him, it's 5/5 Vigilance Lifelink. When Mr. Negative enters, you may exchange life totals with target opponent. If you lost life that way, this way, you draw that many cards. And then Arachnomania, that is Spider-Verse. So the legend rule doesn't apply to spiders you control, so that's how you can get more the same, as long as that stays on board. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy it. If you do, you may choose new targets. For the copy, if the copy is a permanent spell, it gains haste, and you only do it once per turn. Alright, so let's hit the rares. Pretty nice overall. Yeah, there's Spidey, Spider-Punk with the alternate. Not bad overall again. All right. Get my set of that. And that burns my ass. It really does. Okay, and then let's hit... Let's just do it like that. So, shit, I got every rare except for these, what, 5, 6? Alright, so Urban Retreat. This land enters tap. It gives you Bant mana. Pay 2, return a tap creature you control to its owner's hand. Put this card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. So I guess you can cheat that out to get an extra land drop. So I might have to get a set of that. Cavero Mind Bitten. Cavero is... That's Superior Spider-Man. So Superior Spider-Man is another awesome series. Definitely check that one out also. So basically, Dr. Octopus is dying and he switches minds with Peter. And then, you know, Peter dies, but his consciousness is still in there. And Dr. Octopus basically gets guilt-tripped into being, actually being Spider-Man and, doing good. And he does his own way of, justice and stuff, and then learns all his, other nuances of Peter that he didn't know all the times that he was fighting and stuff. So, again, a very awesome comic run there. Check it out if you haven't. But Cavaro can enter as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard, except his name is Cavaro, and he's a 4/4 spider human hero in addition to its other types, and then when you do, you exile that card. Got Fate Weaver. Did I write that one down? No, I didn't. I don't remember who it is. But 1/1 reach Death Touch. Pay 2, sacrifice it to search your library for a Spider hero. Reveal it. Put in your hand. Bio, the irritable instructor. Is that Hobgoblin? Bio. Or is that just a regular Green Goblin? I don't remember, and I didn't. Why did I not write that down? Maybe because it was obvious. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll remember that, and then forgot. No, Bio's Electro. That's actually Electro. Okay. But why is he on a fiery magic carpet? Need to be electricity vibes or something like that. So Electro is a 2/3 flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you add a mountain. And then whenever Electro leaves the battlefield, you may pay X, and when you do, he deals that much damage to target player. So pretty cool ability on him. Duskmourn's Claim. I don't remember this one. Yeah, I didn't write it down. But at the beginning of your end step, 2 target players each reveal a top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value. Oh, this might be like Symbiosis or something. They lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player, and then they put that card into their hand. And then we got a demi of the Silk Shoots. This should be Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, this is a Spectacular Spider-Man. 3/2 flash, pay 1. Spectacular Spidey gains flying until end of turn, and then pay 1, sacrifice Spidey. Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. It's pretty cool overall. Let's look at the bonus sheet. Yeah, so out of all of that, I only pulled 3. So again, nearly 130 packs, I only pulled 3 from the bonus sheet. But yeah, we got another Path to Exile, Reprieve, Rest in Peace is cool. This Wedding Ring, I was reading that. That's pretty cool. Oh, Rite of Replication, that's an oldie and I guess kind of goodie. I don't know, that shit was abused when I came back. Lorthos. You know, different counterspell. Ponder. Ponder's always a good one too. Different Reanimate. Vernal Grasp. Saw in half. Yeah, there we go. Skithrix. Phyrexian Dragon Skeleton. 4/4 Flying Infect. So Infect, it deals damage in the form of -1/-1 counters to creatures, and then poison counters for players. So you pay a swamp, he gains haste until end of turn, and you can pay 2 swamps to regenerate him. Again, I love that card. Hex, destroy 6 target creatures. Of course, there's Shock. Winds of Change. Awesome, awesome Scorpion song. Najila, the Blade Blossom. Arachnogenesis. What's this one? Alright, so... Oh, you create X1/2 green spider tokens with reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. You prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. Yeah, that's a cool one. I definitely gotta... Actually, we're gonna go ahead and hit that for the Brawl deck. Of course, there's my Arasta. Alibo. Ancient Witness. So 4/5. Other artifact creatures you control have haste. Nice. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, Alibo deals X damage to any target and you scry X, where X is numbered tapped artifacts. Nice. Of course, Terminate. Another oldie but goodie. How have I not pulled any copies whatsoever of Terminate? Interesting. Parallel lives. That's another annoying old card. If an effect would create one or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many instead. Oof. Yeah. Actually, let's go back to, let's do this. Collected. So yeah, there's the alternate art on that. Not the alternate, but the just the card style. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, let me show you again as this video keeps winding on. Sorry. Show you the mastery stuff. So yeah, these are all the card sleeves that look pretty cool. So you got that one. There's Spidey 29, of course. Ghost Spider. Can't remember that one. Yeah, and that's fucking disgusting, but also pretty fucking cool at the same time too. It's just oh. Now I've already, like I said, I've already used some of my orbs to get the card art, card styles. So Eddie Brock Venom is the last mythic that I have to get, and then we're on to you know, the rares, which I probably won't do a whole lot of that. I'll probably do like Spidey 2099. Do I want to do Drunith? Jackal? I don't know. I might do Craven. House Grows Hungry is definitely a possibility. And of course we got the uncommons there. Well, yeah, there you have it. That's going to end this this pack opening video for Through the Omenpaths, aka Spider-Man Magic. Thank you for joining me as always. I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, leave some comments, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Until next time, Spider fans. MtG out.